mentioned before in one of the videos how like keeping binders of stuff like kind of makes me feel like I have a hold on this, and like it doesn't really have a hold on me. You know what I'm saying? So the hospital did provide me a binder. Um, and this is really for all of my medical notes, the notes that I've made on my own, the notes that the doctors have given me this far, and things like that. It's really cute because they also included in the very first page business cards for like all the doctors that I'll see, like the actual like nurses or whatever that work in these offices. And also she gave me on my initial visit some plastic surgeons business cards. um, don't know if I'll be needing them now that I know that the bilateral mastectomy is off the table, and I'm really, really leaning toward lumpectomy. If I could do that without radiation, I think that's where I would be most comfortable. Um, but if I have to go through radiation, maybe I might need a plastic surgeon after all. Then that brings me to my beautiful, beautiful agenda. This is by the company Bando. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Bando. I got this from Macy's back in like maybe January, and it's just a really cute little agenda. It has its. Let me show you guys. It has this cute little strap, elastic strap here to keep it closed. Um, this agenda has just been great at keeping me organized and with the dates and all of that. This was the month of March, guys. Month of March. Do you guys see that? A lot of dates. A lot of dates. A lot of crap was going on. So this really keeps me organized, which brings me then to bills. This is my bills. Oh, I feel like stuff is falling out because it is. This is my bills binder, which I furnished on my own. And not thick yet. I actually haven't placed my latest bills in here yet that I got like over the past week. Which brings me to, oh gosh, lost my thought. Which brings me to reminding you all to please stay on top of your bills. Keeping them in a centralized location where they're all together is a great idea. Whether you want to put it in a binder like I have, or even if you have like a box big enough, or if you have a drawer somewhere in your house that you just want to say, this is only for my bills while I'm going through this condition and having treatment done, then definitely do it. And also make sure that you cross-reference, if you have insurance, you cross-reference the bills that the doctors are sending you with the explanation of benefits that your insurance company is sending. I know I finally sat down because for the longest time I kept saying, look at the insurance company's webpage or whatever, because I don't, I elected to not receive my explanation of benefits via mail. So I just log onto my insurance company's website, and I could, if I want to print them, I can. But I really don't have no use for that. I usually just save them as a PDF, and I'll keep them filed away electronically. But what I did realize is that a doctor with the oncologist, with the initial oncologist, the one that I'm actually getting chemo with, a doctor that is at the hospital that oncologist works for, charged me for some service. I didn't even get to look at this service, but he charged me for some service on March the 15th. March the 15th, I wasn't even in my local area at all. So what service did this guy provide? I don't know. Most likely it's just a billing error. It's just a billing error. Other than seeing that oncologist, I never had any services done by anyone at that hospital. And on the day that I saw that oncologist, I didn't have any blood drawn, I didn't have any imaging. So, it's not like it's hospital charges or like it's, you know, uh, some sort of like text charges or something like that. And I'm sorry, when I say tech, I mean technician. Um, so yeah, it's no sort of charge that it could be. That date of service, I was not even around. I definitely wasn't at that hospital. So you know what really saved me? This agenda. When I look back March 15th and I'm like, nah, never happened. So most likely it's just an issue, an error on the billing department's behalf. I know that they probably process many, many claims per day. They're just shooting paperwork here, there. They're trying to get their people paid. I understand it. But if I weren't the type to check it out, I could have maybe just thought like, yeah, I do owe him. Let me go ahead and cut the check. No, I don't owe him. I'm not gonna cut him a check. And at this point, I'm not even gonna call them about it. They'll catch their mistake. But if they ever like send me an additional bill, then I will call and just get it cleared up. But yeah, so this saved me. Also, just the fact that I'm cross-referencing what the what the providers billed to me, as well as what my insurance processed it for. That saves me. I haven't ran into a problem yet, but I know that that's a savior. I actually worked for a medical insurance company for about 4 years after I graduated from high school, and I was in the billing department, in the claims department, claims processing, and also like claims adjudication towards the end of my bit there. But I know that a lot of times, and I'm not saying that it's done intentionally, but a lot of times these providers that are in network with your insurance, they will attempt to collect funds from you that aren't due to them. For instance, like anytime an in-network provider charges your insurance something that your insurance denies, definitely look into that before you pull out your checkbook and cut a check, or take out your wallet and pay in cash, however, or swipe your credit card. However, before you pay, make sure that just make sure of the reason why it was denied, and if there's anything that they could have done to get that service actually paid for and approved by your insurance company. A lot of times it's just like, coding errors. That could be the case. And any provider, especially if they're in network, their billing office should be willing to work with you to rectify issues and not just, kind of be on your tail about pay me, pay me, pay me. So yes, please keep everything nice and organized. Try to stay abreast. Oh God, horrible pun that was not intended. Try to keep up on top of everything. So as I said, agenda keeps me very organized. Bills folder. Bills and explanation of benefits. If you'd like to. If you get your EOBs via mail, definitely punch holes in them. Stick them in here. I keep mine on my computer, so I'm cool with it. Then also, medical. Have a nice thick account of everything that's going on medically. What doctors are telling you what. So once again, as you get more professional opinions, you can kind of like cross-reference, and make sure that everybody's on the same plane with your treatment plan. Because I actually found that the medical oncologist that I spoke to on Tuesday, her treatment plan was not the same that my original oncologist suggested. And when I spoke to my original oncologist, as far as the actual medications, he had already suggested, well, excuse me, no, the entire thing. He suggested medications for 8 rounds. She suggested medications for 6 rounds, and two of the meds that she initially suggested were different, and that's the chemo drugs, were different than the names that he had given me. So honestly, I'm glad that I did kind of do a second opinion sort of thing by speaking with her, which initially I wasn't going to do. I had even canceled my original appointment with her, which was last week, and I canceled it. And I called up the breast surgeon and I let her know that I canceled it and why. Because I told her, I already have an oncologist. I'm not really interested in seeing y'all oncologists as well. So she kind of told me, like, well, you know what? I think it would be good to speak with her if you could. Plus, like, just for a whole cohesive approach to treatment for me, for their notes, she would like for me to speak to their medical oncologist and, also be examined by her and everything. So when it does come time for the surgery part, it's kind of like, we have a whole continuous story. It's not like, she saw me for consultation, then we have a blank, and now we have, okay, do surgery on me. So I understand what she's saying, and for that reason, I agreed. And I'm very glad that I did go see her because, I told her, okay, well, these are the drugs that, he has planned for me. And she's like, no, that's not what we have planned for you. So let me tell you what we have planned for you. And we're going to send him these notes. So when I spoke to him, he agreed with the drugs that they said. And he said that he's pretty sure that they chose those drugs because of the fact that we're using the Perjeta, which is going to battle the HER2, the HER2 part of it, and the other drugs because I was hormone positive for estrogen and progesterone. So yeah, he was just like, so I guess that's why they said those drugs. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a professional, but I'm glad that he agreed and for them both to be oncologists, for her to suggest it and for him to be like, yeah, they're right. I'm happy about that. So, I'm getting on with this. Why is get on just stuck in my head? It's annoying, tell you that much.